Hello students, in previous class we had looked into the .NET architecture. So today we can look into the ASP.NET page structure, how the page can be developed. So how the structure of the .NET will be. Okay, so it's an important question and even it should be understand easily. Okay, so here the following is a list of the important elements of an ASP.NET page. So it includes the structure of the page includes that is directives, code declaration blocks, ASP.NET controls, code render blocks, server side comments. Server side include directives, literal text and a HTML text. So these are the important parts that included in our page structure of an ASP.NET. Okay, so we can look in detail. So directives, a directive controls how an ASP.NET page is compiled. The beginning of a directive is marked with the characters open tag percentage at, and end of the directive is marked with the characters that is percentage close the tag. So this is the main important function that should be followed when you're developing the ASP.NET. Okay, a directive typically appears at the top of an ASP.NET page. So it will be appear in the top of the web page. Okay. So here in ASP.NET you no need to type this percentage at and all. Okay. So it will be automatically present in our source code. So in lab I will show you how the Visual Studio ASP.NET works, how those source code, design code and how it is splitted. So it's a form how we can see. Okay, so I will show you that in the lab also. Okay, so there are several types of an directives that you can add to an ASP.NET page. Two of the most useful types are page and import directives. So we have two types of directives mainly, that is a page directive and an import directives. So page directives, we can use a page directive to specify the default programming language for a page. Page directives can also be used to enable the tracing and debugging for a page. To change the default programming language of an ASP.NET page from the Visual Basic to C#, for example, you would use the following page directive. So you need to specify the page language, means you can use like this. That is percentage at page language equals C# close the percentage. If you are using VB in place of C# you can give VB. If you are using the J#, then you can give here page language equals J#. Okay, otherwise JScript, that is JavaScript. Okay, next we have import directives. So by default, only certain namespaces are automatically imported into an ASP.NET page. So here you can see the some spaces, namespaces will be automatically updated in the source code. Okay. So if you want to refer to a class that isn't a member of one of the default namespaces, then you must explicitly import the namespace of the class, or you must use the fully qualified name of the class. So here is one small example how you can import the mailing system. Okay, so how it's, you can see that is open tag percentage at, you should use the tag that is import namespace equals system.web.mail, because we are considering the mail here. So we are using the namespace that is system.web.mail. Okay, close the inverted comma, close the percentage and end the tag. So these are the two important directives. Next we can see the code declaration blocks. So how the code declaration has been done here. Okay, a code declaration block contains all the application logic for your ASP.NET page and all the global variable declaration, subroutines and function. It must appear within a script run at equals server tag. So every code will be present within the script run at is equal to server. Okay, because it will be working under the server side technology. Okay, so we must use the script tag with ASP.NET like this, that is script run at equals server sub, my sub, here subroutine code. Means within the sub we will be writing the code and end the sub and end the script tag. Okay, the script run at equals server tag accepts the two optional attributes. First, you can specify the programming language to use within the script tag by including the language attribute like this. So here you can see how you can use script, that is script language equals C# run at equals server. If you are using the JavaScript, then you should write the J script then run at equals server. So this is the code block how we will be using for script. Okay. So next we can look into the ASP.NET control. So in ASP.NET control, so we have many number of controls in toolboxes and all, like text box, radio button, checkbox. Okay, so how we are using these controls in our program. Okay, ASP.NET controls can be freely interspersed with the text and HTML content of a page. The only requirement is that the control should appear within a form run at equals server. Means this text box, label, button, so these all should be come under within the form run at equals server tag. Okay, so it should be run at the server side technology. So we are using form means a particular web form. Okay, so we are using form run at equals server tag, and for certain tags such as span run at equals server. So for some can use span also. Normally we use form run at equals server. Okay, and here you can see that ASP colon label run at equals server. This requirement can be ignored with any direct consequences. One significant limitation of ASP.NET pages is that they can contain only one form run at equals server tag. So here you can see that in ASP.NET web forms we can have only one form. Okay, one form run at equals server. That is, between this we should place all our controls. Okay. So here this means that you cannot group the ASP.NET into the multiple forms on a page. If you try, you get an error. That is, if you are using the many number of form run at equals server, then you will get an error because we can't have the multiple pages within a web form. Okay, so if you want to create the another web form for a particular website, you should need to create separate, add another .NET web form. Okay. Next we have a server side comment. How we can place the comments in our .NET programming language. Okay, we can add the comments to your ASP.NET pages by using the server side comment blocks. The beginning of the server side comment is marked with the characters %, and the end of the comment is marked with the characters hyphens and %. Close the tag. So this is how we place the comment in the .NET. Okay, server side comments can be added to a page for the purpose of a documentation. Note that we cannot see the contents of server side comment tags unlike normal HTML comment tags by using the view source command on your web browser. Server side comments can also be useful when you are debugging an ASP.NET page. We can temporarily remove both ASP.NET controls and code render blocks from a page by surrounding these elements with the server side comments. The page is listing the System illustrate this use. Okay, so here till here you can write. Okay, where it uses the comments tags. So this is one of the important. So while we use a comment, we cannot be seen during the runtime and all. Okay. Next, literal text and HTML tags. So the final type of an element that we can include in an ASP.NET page is an HTML content. So here we can use in ASP.NET also we can use the HTML tags. The static portion of your page is built with plain old HTML tags and text. We might be surprised to discover that HTML content in our ASP.NET page is compiled along with the rest of the elements. HTML content in a page is represented with the literal control class. We can use the text property of the literal control class to manipulate the pure HTML portion of an ASP.NET page. The HTML content like C. Okay, so this is the one of where we can use the HTML tags and all in our ASP.NET pages. So it will be easy to run the programs also, because easy to have those tags. Okay, so nowadays .NET means one of the software which is supporting the HTML tags, automatical HTML tags. When you click that tags, the beginning tag and ending tags will be present, like table tag. Okay, so this is about the page structure of the ASP.NET. If you want to view these pages and all, once the offline classes should be done. Okay, so write down this in your notes and all. Any doubts you can ask me. Thank you.